Greetings all, this is Precious, the new Jamaican, and welcome to my channel. As you can see from the title of this video, I will be making a Jamaican Christmas cake. I do not fancy myself to be a great cook or a baker, but if I'm going to be a Jamaican, I better start learning to cook like one. It is the holiday season, so what better thing to try my hand at than a Jamaican Christmas cake? Last year we did, my husband and I attempted to make one of these cakes, but he had more of a hand in that, so this year is all on me. And my cake will be vegan and it will be gluten free, so there will be my little difference in it. I will do a video showing you all of the ingredients that I use to make this cake. Before I go any further, please remember to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that you will know every time I upload a new video. I want you to share this video and like this video. Also, one of the comments I would love for you to make is to give me your version of a Jamaican Christmas cake. Tell me some experiences that you had growing up or even now in making the Jamaican Christmas cake, and some of your best memories in doing so. Again, I have all of my ingredients here. I am not going to do a play-by-play while I'm videoing, while I'm actually making the cake. I think it would be a little bit easier if I do maybe a voiceover. I have my brownie here, which I made on my own as well, and I will show you that step that I made. So join me. So what I'm showing you are the ingredients that I use for my version of the Jamaican Christmas cake. You see I have all-purpose gluten-free flour, cane, and brown sugar. I actually only use the brown sugar. Since this is a vegan gluten-free recipe, I thought I might use the xanthan gum to help as a binder. You see the vegan butter there. On the applesauce rather is sugar-free, and it is used as an egg substitute. I have my baking soda here and my baking powder, which I'm showing you is aluminum and gluten-free. I have my vanilla, my cinnamon, nutmeg, and ginger. I wasn't sure people normally put ginger in, so that's why I'm making that gesture. It called for ground allspice. I didn't have any, so I ground some of the allspice that I actually had, or pimento, is that what Jamaicans call it? And you see my dried fruits that have been soaking in the white brown rum and the sweet red wine. Next, this is me making my browning. Since the browning that I had was savory, it was for meats and stews, so I attempted to make my own. And so it's just sugar and boiling water or warm water. So that's what I was doing here. And you see it started to melt, and I've added some of my water, and I'm just letting it cook down until it starts to thicken up. And you can see it did start to thicken up and got darker in color. Apparently I could have let it go a little longer, but I was afraid of it burning. But I guess if I continued to just stir it, it probably would not have burned. And that was just, I forgot to take a picture of it earlier. I had some left over, and so that's what that is. So I used about just under 3 cups of flour. There are so many different recipes out there. Everyone has their own version. I've seen recipes that called for a whole pound of butter. And the recipe I use, I only use a ½ pound of butter, 2 sticks of my vegan butter, and I use just under 3 cups of flour. But I've seen recipes that called for 2 cups of flour, 2½ cups of flour, 3½ cups of flour. So I just did a guesstimate and tried just under 3 cups of flour. 3 cups actually looked like a whole lot, so I took some out. So that's why it ended up being a little less than that. And now I'm adding my baking powder and baking soda. And some recipes didn't call for both, some called for one. And I'm adding my other spices. I believe that's cinnamon and my nutmeg and my ginger that I added. I was pleased with the taste of the ginger in it as well. So that was my ground allspice. I had ground allspice earlier. I can't remember for what recipe I needed it, but I ended up having some already, so I didn't have to actually ground the ones that I showed you. And then I noticed at the last minute that someone said just put a pinch of salt in there, so that's what I'm doing there. And I tend to use only sea salt, so that's what I use. And of course just stirring that in with my flour. I wish I had a better angle to show you the mixture in the bowl, but this is okay. You know what I'm doing, particularly you Jamaicans who've made this tons of time. And remember, please, I would love for you to comment in the description below. Give me your version of the Christmas cake, what you put in it, what you don't put in it. Am I doing something that you normally simply would not do? And that's me adding my sugar. So that's the butter. I did not use any granulated sugar. I just used the brown sugar. Again, some recipes call for both, and I did manage to get another angle. That is my browning in that little white cup there that I made, and that's just me adding some vanilla. And what am I doing here? Oh, now I'm going to go ahead and mix some of the browning in the sugar and butter mixture. And I guess I could have used it all, and like I said earlier, I probably could have let my browning go a little longer so that it could be a little darker in color, but it turned out to be okay. But yeah, let me know what you all use and how you make this recipe, and give me some of your fond memories that you had growing up making the Jamaican Christmas cake. I would be really interested to know how it is. And again, I'm using my organic applesauce there. It is an egg replacement. There are many things you can use as a egg replacement, and I just chose to use applesauce. Again, that was organic, and there was no sugar added to it. Speaking of the browning, I was actually surprised that it was really just sugar. I don't know why. I always assumed it was something much more than that, but it's just sugar. So I was surprised by that. Just mixing in all of my the butter there, the butter, sugar, all the wet ingredients basically. I'm not exactly sure why I had that little smirk on my face at that moment. Guess I was really pleased with the mixture there of the dried fruit with the rum. Excited at my attempt at using it. Now this is, as I said before, is from last year, and it looked like the ones on the bottom there of the jar, that's what I'm trying to get to, was kind of mushy, and I kind of wanted that. It just looked like it was really soaked really well, so I was trying to get at that. So that's why I'm digging so in the jar there to measure it out. Yeah, it just looked like it was really soaked, and I wanted the ones that was really soaked in the rum. And I thought that it would be better to go ahead and grind some of this up. I did see that in another recipe, So I thought it would go really well with the cake to have some of the dried fruit ground up. So I put some in a blender, and you will see that well, you won't see it because it's off camera, but that's what I'm doing there. I thought that would be a pretty good mixture. It didn't look so nice, but who cares how it looks at that point. Yeah, so yeah, I thought that came out pretty well, and I thought it would mix in really, really well with the cake, and I think it did actually. Yeah, so let me know whether you all still make this cake. Do you only make it for Christmas? Or I know there are other cakes that are made around Resurrection Sunday. Is it the same cake, or is it something different from this? Do you make this throughout the year, or is it only at Christmas time that you do this? I know growing up we would make a German chocolate cake and a caramel cake, and we didn't really make red velvet cake growing up, but for the holiday, Thanksgiving, I'm just joking around there, like I would actually eat that at that moment. I would, truth be told, but I'm just kidding, obviously. But we would make whatever those same cakes throughout the year for whatever reason, not just for the holidays, and not just for Resurrection Sunday, but for whatever. Did you all do the same thing for the Jamaica Christmas cake? Just call it just a black cake, so you can see how everything mixed in. It's not necessarily a pretty sight, but I don't really care what it looks like. What does it taste like? So now I am about to do my alternating of the flour with my dried fruit mixture. And I wonder, did growing up, since this has rum in it, we would actually call for the spoon and the bowl after my mom would make, or whomever would make a cake. We wanted to get the little scrapings that were left over. Did Jamaicans do that as well? I mean, with the Christmas cake? I mean, I really only asked that because it's full of rum. And just wondered, were the children even allowed to have any of the Christmas cake? And is there a version of the Jamaican Christmas cake that is used and that is given to children? So let me know. You know better than I do, so I would be very, very interested to learn how you all handle that with respect to children. I had never had any kind of rum cake at all. I don't even know that I heard of it until I met my husband, truth be told. So I just sort of cut this process. I did do an alternate back and forth between the flour and the fruit mixture, and so that's just towards the end of it. And I thought, gosh, this is not dark enough, and let me try and put some more of this in it. I think I lost count as to how many tablespoons that I use. And I saw some recipes that said 3 to 4 and 5 to 6. That's me calling my husband. I often call him by his Ghanaian name that he chose when we lived in Ghana. Kwaku Mensa. Kwaku meaning he was Wednesday, born on a Wednesday. He's Wednesday born. That is his day name. And Mensa means he is the third born. So Kwaku Mensa. I said bra, which means to come here. We were actually both born on Wednesday. So my Ghanaian day name is Akua. or Akua, depending on what part of the continent or what part of the country you live in. But I was in the central region, so I called myself Ekua, and I use the fourth position since I'm the fourth daughter. So Ekua Anani. Ekua Anani is my Ghanaian name, but we're talking about Jamaica right now. So you see me buttering my pan with the vegan butter that I had, and I did flour it. I don't know that that was necessary, but you can see the color is not quite right. It smelled right, but you know, I don't know. I guess I did not let my browning cook long enough. Could I have used molasses in here to change the color? Let me know. Do some people use that as to their Christmas cake, or both molasses and browning, or what? Do some people use the browning that you would use for meats and stews? I don't think you're supposed to, but I don't know. So fingers crossed. Let's see what this.
Well, the cake is out of the oven, and I think this is more like a Jamaican beige cake, or my husband called it a Jamaican mulatto cake instead of a Jamaican black cake. But it's out of the oven. It smells divine. And yeah, so I think I'm supposed to now brush some rum on it. I don't know the best way to do this, so I'm going to try this. Oopsie. Put a little bit here. I should have a spray bottle, but I don't have one. And I believe that some people put some wine, sweet wine, on top of it as well. I'm doing this. And maybe I can. It does smell good. I have a little bit of this left over. Gosh darn it. There it is. I think I did. I wish I had a brush. Oops, snap. Let me take this out. Okay, so it's too hot to, but that's the cake, and I will take a picture of it. And it's really too hot to touch, but it looks like it came out okay. So I will show you the final results when I get it out of the pan.
So here is the final product. As you can see, the color is off. The texture is a little off as well. Not much, I don't believe, but it is a little off. And of course, that had to do with the fact that I used gluten-free flour. The gluten-free all-purpose flour that I used, the first ingredient was brown rice, which tends to be a little bit heavier than the white rice flour. The white rice I thought would be too light. It almost reminds you of cornstarch. But let me know what I did wrong, where you think that what you think I should change or add or do differently. And again, let me know if I could use molasses to help with the color. The taste was great. The texture, like I said, was a little bit off, and the color obviously is off. So I'm looking for you to help oats with this. Let me know if there are other recipes that you would like to see me try my hand at. Though this is a vegan cake, we're not really vegan. I just sometimes cook vegan, but we do tend to eat gluten free. But if there are, say, other dishes that you would like to see me try my hand at, let me know in the comment section down below, and I would give it a shot. I don't eat pork, I don't eat beef, so I probably won't be trying either of those. But if there's a curry chicken or a brown stew chicken or something that you would like for me to try my hand at, let me know, and I would give that bring that content to you. That is going to do it for this video. I appreciate all of the love and the support that you all have given me, and I welcome any suggestions, any recommendations. I look forward to it. Much peace and much love to you during this time and throughout the year and the upcoming year. And as I always say, stay conscious and stay connected. Until next time, much love.